Warm welcome, friends, and on behalf of Leadership Studio, like-minded people, an evening once again hosted for the benefit of all those, especially who are associated and attached to the Leadership Studio WhatsApp broadcast group. And this evening that we host once every month is an occasion wherein we invite a special guest, to speak on different topics to enrichen us with with more information, with more knowledge. And, the favorite tagline of Leadership Studio as it is LEGS, right? I keep telling you about LEGS, which is learning, experiencing, giving, and sharing. And today we are all here to experience the four things. More importantly, we are here to learn and listen. Branding and advertising go hand in hand, right? And if you look at the history of advertising in India, you think about all those old advertisements we used to watch in the old theaters. The advertisement that comes to mind, the Lux advertisement. I'm told that it dates back to 1946. The famous Little advertisement. You talk about the Rasna. We had some great personalities who were attached to the advertisement industry as well. Some of the names that come straight into mind, people like Piyush Pandey and Prahlad Kakarji, especially the gentleman, Prahlad Kakarji, who actually did the Rasna ad. If you remember the little girl doing the Rasna ad, right? So that's how we kind of relate branding and advertising when it comes to mind. But the topic of personal branding comes kind of a surprise to most of us. And, although it's getting more and more popular, this is something which has evolved in recent times. And I wouldn't want to spend more time on that because that's what our speaker is going to enlighten us on. And with that, I would like to welcome Seema Vedakji to our show, who is the director of Doozy Skills Academy based out of Mumbai. Seemaji early spent her time in the aviation industry, and she's done her MBA in aviation as well. And more importantly, I would like to also mention that Seemaji is a certified image consultant, and you'll know more about what an image consultant is if you've not heard about one, right? Seemaji, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Alan, for the introduction. And thank you so much for inviting me on this platform of Leadership Studio. When we had a discussion or when Alan called me, and I know how he works and the kind of work that he does, I was more than happy to be a part of this program and, to be part of the journey that they have embarked on. Yes, as Alan mentioned, I have more than 2 decades of experience in the aviation industry. So in a way, you can say aviation runs in my blood. If not the aviation industry, where would I be? No idea, because this is where I am and this is what I love to do. But as I grew and as time passed and, as my experience augmented, the one thing I realized is nothing is stable and we all should embrace change. And keeping that in mind, there was a point in my life where I decided that I need to wean away from the aviation industry not completely wean away, but a little bit, and explore new avenues. And that's how I became an image consultant. What is an image consultant? I think I can just go on talking about it, and we would never even start our topic. So basically, image consulting is all about creating your great impression, creating a great first impression, and creating a lasting impression. So yes, like Alan mentioned, brand is something we all are very familiar with. We all know what is branding. We all know what branding is, and the various personalities that are attached to brand. But when it comes to personal branding, the one question that comes in all our minds is, what is the difference between a brand and a personal brand? So as we move on I will share a few examples with you, and that's how let us just jump into today's topic, and let us together understand what personal brand is. Rather than me just talking about it, let us explore what it is together. How did brand come into existence is when, in the olden days, when people used to brand their cattle. So how would I know whether this cow or this buffalo or this goat or sheep belongs to me and not anyone else? And that is where the brand started coming. If we all have watched the movie Sholay, in which, there is this particular V that is printed on it's marked on all the horses, and unfortunately even the slaves that Gabbar Singh has. So that is also a way of branding, although not a very great way of branding, but yes, that is what a brand is, or that is an identifying mark. We have many definitions of brand, but I think the best one, or the one that I quite like, is a brand is a singular idea or a concept in the mind of the prospect. So what is a brand is inside my mind. So the image that I have, the expectations that I have, it is all part of something which is within me and in my mind. We, had this conversation. I had asked Alan to share with all of you a small voting meter, which is a Mentimeter. And if you all are interested, this is what, I had asked, what comes to your mind when you hear personal brand? And yes, leadership, own self, how do I promote me, personality, competition, trustworthy, expressing, image, my future, reliable, value, personal identity, responsibility, presentation. I think if we go to the previous slides where we have all of these brands, we do resonate with the fact that yes, brand is something to do with my personal choice. It is something to do with an identity. It is something to do with a uniqueness, and there is some expectation that is attached to it. So in a personal brand, it is an experience it is an expectation of an experience. So when you say, for example, Taj, you would definitely expect a certain type of service. When you say Singapore Airlines, you will expect them to be courteous, you will expect them to be on time, you will expect that they follow all the protocol. And there is because there is an expectation attached to that experience. It is their reputation, it is their legacy. Just as you have many companies, so companies have their brands. When you look at personal branding, it is me as a brand. So you have all these celebrities who are a brand in themselves. They have a legacy. When we talk about the film industry, just an example, say the Bollywood film industry, and you look at the Kapoor family, everyone knows that it's Prithviraj Kapoor and Raj Kapoor and Rishi Kapoor and Ranbir Kapoor. There is a legacy attached to it. So personal branding is all about the reputation and the legacy. It is the emotional side of the human brain. Always remember, when people remember you, it is how you make them feel, more than what is it that you are doing, or what is it that you're selling, or what is your specialty. The way you make me feel is something which was derived because of this one human nature, and that is the emotional side of us, all of us. And that's the reason we get attached to a particular brand. So personal brand is how people feel. How do I make them feel? How do I take control of myself? And how do I project myself in front of the people confidently? So if I'm in a business, I can sell or grow my business. If I'm working somewhere, how do I increase my value? How will I add value to what I am currently doing to ensure that I go up and, my career takes off? So what is the process of creating a personal brand? First aspect is creating a brand. So be it a product or be it you as an individual, it is extremely important that you create a brand, because if there is no brand, what is it? What are you going to sell? Yeah. If I just show you a glass of water and I show you a bottle of Bisleri, yeah, what is it that you are going to pick when you go to a place? We prefer or we like to buy a packaged water, water which is in a packed bottle. The reason for that is there is an experience attached to it. We know it is safe to drink. We know if the water is filtered. We know that if I drink this water, I'm sure, there are no impurities in this water and I can safely drink this water. So when you look at a bottle of Bisleri, you immediately attach your experience to it. You immediately attach that, okay, these are my expectations from this, and that's the reason I buy it. So it is very simple. The same way when people see me, there are certain expectations. So today when you came for this session, you didn't know who Seema Vedak was, There was just a lady, a picture of a lady and, something that she's going to talk about personal branding. But as we speak, you will have certain expectations that, okay, if she's going to come and speak on a platform like Leadership Studio, I'm sure, she knows what she's speaking or she's an expert in the field. And that's how expectations are, and that's how we build our brand. People need water, they would want clean water, they would want filtered water, they would want safe water, safe drinking water. They identified this, and that is how Bisleri is available in every nook and corner of the country. Looking at the success of Bisleri, you have Baileys and you have Aquafina, and there are other products that again that have come up. But the reason we say ek Bisleri dena instead of packaged drinking water dena. The first thing you go to a restaurant, you say, Bhaiya Bisleri dena. You will never ask for Bhaiya ek bottle packaged drinking water dena. Yeah, so Bisleri is a name that has become synonymous to packaged drinking water. Many times I have heard people saying, ek Cadbury dena. Yeah, it may not be Cadbury. It may be just some other chocolate. But, chocolate is synonymous to Cadbury's. So there are, when we say Xerox, yeah, it is photocopying is the process. Xerox is the person who started it. But today, Xeroxing means photocopying, So some things become, some brands become so popular that, we start using them as a generic term. Yeah. So we have developed, there was a lot of research that our team at Doozy Skills and Courageous Aero, as a team, we literally gave this a very hard thought. And, we conducted a lot of surveys, we conducted a lot of experiments to come up with this formula of antics. It's a very simple and easy formula. A stands for appearance management. What is appearance management? I'll just tell you in a while. Networking, target audience, influence, credibility, and strategy. This is a simple game plan that you can apply to yourself or to, to market yourself and to ensure that you are known as who you want to be known as. Yeah. So what is appearance management? If we look at appearance management, it is not just your external or the outwardly appearance. Yeah, appearance is inside out, and that is exactly what image management is all about. Image consultancy is all about. Yeah, appearance management is a big aspect of image consulting, wherein it is not just the clothes you wear or how you wear, or the makeup that you put or the kind of accessories that you wear. More than that, it is also about your body language. How do you speak with people? What is your digital presence? How am I speaking verbally? My tone, the pause, everything matters. It is a holistic management inside out of who you are as a person. So if you feel that you're not confident, just look within, look into the mirror and see what are the things that I need to work on and improve myself, because confidence, appearance management and confidence go really quite hand in hand. I mean, I wouldn't say it is the only thing. It is one of the major things that makes a huge difference to your confidence. So what is authenticity? When you talk about authenticity, don't pretend. Like I mentioned, don't pretend, just be who you are. Your experiences, your education, your strengths, weaknesses, everything, just be truthful about it. When I conduct interviews, especially I conduct a lot of interviews for college to campus to corporate students. And one thing that I see is that, some students, they just like to add something just because, oh, I have tried it once, but I'm not great at it, but let me just any which ways put it on my resume. For example, if I don't play a sport, and if I've just played a sport, say once, would I want to put it? Maybe yes, maybe no. I can just speak about it when I am giving an interview. But when do I put things on my resume is when I'm sure about what goes into my resume is what is actually me. Yeah. So how authentic are you? The information about you has to be truthful. If you're selling, if you're a business person selling some product, ensure that the information about your product is authentic. Second is body language. Yeah. So I always see this, students, especially many managers. Hi, madam, you speak, I'm listening. Your body language tells a lot. Yeah, so if you look at Albert Mehrabian's law, or, he's given us one formula, and he always says that the 53% of what we say is actually what we don't say, and is body language. Yeah, verbal, visual, your tone, tonation, everything is there, but the most important thing is your body language. So you have to be careful how you project yourself. Communication, the words that you speak, use the right words. If you don't know something, think about it. I mean, you don't have to speak like as if you're reading a letter. It's perfectly fine. You do not have to be so great, or, you don't have to rote learn and say, okay, this is my speech for the day. Thank you very much for coming here and listening. No. When you talk, know about your topic, know what you're selling, know your pros and cons, and then speak to people. Communication is very important. Digital footprint. How do I see myself online? College-going students, please keep in mind when companies hire you, they look at all your Instagram profile, your LinkedIn profile, your Facebook profile. People look at everything, so be careful what you are putting there. Even for professionals, be very careful of what you put on LinkedIn or what you put on your digital, presence, because that is really important. The last is etiquette, last but not the least. And there is no word as etiquettes. The plural of etiquette is etiquette. And there are many things. It is, how do you control your behavior, or how do you portray a behavior that is acceptable by the society or by, your workplace. So you have email etiquette, your phone etiquette, you have dining etiquettes. So everything is there. It's a big list which can go on and which you need to be very careful or very thoughtful about. Network is your net worth. What do you think Leadership Studio is? It is an educational networking group. Don't you think so? When you look at target audience, you have to remember who will buy my services, who or my expertise, who is going to buy my expertise. So be it a customer or be it a company, you have to be very sure of who your target audience is. You have to do a complete study and a complete analysis of what is it that I have in me, what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, what are the opportunities that I can derive from my strengths, and what are the threats that come because of my weaknesses, and how can I convert my threats into my opportunities. So a SWOT analysis is something which is really necessary for each one of us, because once we know about the SWOT, once we know about our strengths and weaknesses, we can accordingly target the right audience. And once we target the right audience, be sure that you are going to be hired by the company you want. There was a point where there's so much of influencing marketing that is being done, be it online, be it on the internet, be it on television, and that's how we go and buy. The fun was when there was a salt that was introduced in the market, and generally a packet of salt would cost me what, 30 rupees, 35 rupees. This particular packet was for 100 rupees, and it says it is salt from the Himalayas. Have I gone to see, is it really the case? But I had to buy that because of the marketing that was done. That, this salt is, from the water of the Himalayas, and that is how you do it, and that is how you get the salt, and that's why it is fresh. Another example is, there are certain packaged drinking water where they say that we have added minerals to it. Have we seen it? But we get influenced by this. That is the power of influence. Credibility. Like I said, the base for any business, the base for any candidate to be successful in your career is credibility. I think that is the rock bottom. You can have many other values, you can have many other additions to it, you can beautify your products, do everything to it. But what is the crux or the main core is your credibility. Do people trust you? When I asked about the brand, someone wrote Taj because Tata stands for trust. If it is Tata's, I will shut my eyes and buy it. And the most important thing is strategy. I think this is the science of personal branding. Now, develop a strategy for yourself to be visible. There are so many people who are doctors, engineers, image consultants, selling something, students. You have 500 places and you have 10 lakh people who apply for those 500 positions. So the competition is huge. So a personal brand is who you are currently. So this is me. I'm new in business. My business is stagnated. I don't have new clients. I want to increase my business. I want to increase my profits. You apply a strategy, which is your personal branding strategy, to reach your desired brand. And again, it is not magic. It takes time. It takes efforts to go from your current brand to your desired brand. So desired brand is, augmented sales, great interpersonal skills. I have achieved what I want to achieve. My client base has increased. So all of this is what I want. So what is my pain state, and how do I reach my pleasure state? How do I cross that chasm? Is through having a perfect and a workable personal brand. Why are you doing this? To get noticed, to build your credibility. When you speak about it, when you speak about your brand, Yeah, when you speak about who you are, what you do, how you do, if you know Simon Sinek and the Golden Circle he has spoken about, start with your why. Why am I doing this? Yeah, I'm doing this to increase my credibility. I'm doing this to increase my business. So your why is very important. How? By being authentic and without fear. So Antics is a copyright formula that we at Doozy Skills have developed. Again, it's a tried and tested thing. We've used it as a method to develop personal brand for many of our clients, many students who are our clients. And I think, when I see them grow today, it really brings a smile onto my face.
On behalf of Leadership Studio, we'd like to thank Ms. Seema Vidak for this, I think, wonderful session of personal brand building. We all have heard about the product brand building, and this personal brand building in today's competitive world, I think is a must. And with all good audience who could benefit from this, and especially the teens, the children who are in the teens, for them it's a starting point in their career. I think it's very helpful for them, I think. So it was really inspiring, I think so, especially when Seema mentioned about how the personal brand building should go about, and when you want everyone to like you, you want everyone to see you, and they want to hire you for what your specialized area is. Everyone wants to be that, but nobody knows how to go towards it. So with the science approach through the process of Antics, which is a copyright formula and tested formula by Seema, I think it has given a direction for everyone to understand and reach the particular brand building for all of us. And I think there was one more point which Seema mentioned, or it is her philosophy where knowledge is power only when it is applied. I think this is the most important thing. We all read this, or we all know this, or we all learn this, but then unless it is actually applied, it is of no use to everyone. So I think it is important for all of us to start applying it and using it in our day-to-day life, so that it becomes actually a power for our personal brand building. I think that is what we feel. So thank you, Seema, for this wonderful and amazing session. And we thank also all the participants for attending this, without whom I think it's not been a success. And last of all, thanks to not the least, but to Leadership Studio for organizing this session. And thank you for this. And have a nice weekend, and happy Diwali to all of you all. In advance.
Thank you. Thank you so much once again for having me here on this wonderful platform. It was absolutely a pleasure.
A great message that we've learned today, a message that resonates to every one of us. The message that I had tonight is, good leaders, they head institutions, but great leaders become institutes. And we are all required to be an institute of ourselves. So when you go out there, brand yourself, project yourself, shout out loud and say, hey guys, I am here. I'm here to make an impact on the world. So dear friends, thank you once again. You all are dear to us. The reason we do this every month for Leadership Studio, and the reason we have Leadership Studio, is to empower the world.